Michigan football as we
T
have
formation,
handoff
middle,
up the middle,
good for a gain
of about 9 yards.
We'll see where they spot it.
It could be a first down, but I'm
going to give them 9. A beautiful day here
in Clare.
As Charlevoix is donning their
guardian
caps for the season,
protecting the players.
Unionville
coming out with
some very red,
white, and blue
uniforms. A
handoff up the middle.
Good for a first down and a gain of 5 yards. This formation that has been a staple of football for about
100 years now.
Here
as we
continue here in the first quarter.
What is nice in Unionville, we have
an actual
play clock here
in the end zone.
So
handoff to the right has a burst.
Good for a first down.
That's number 4,
Owen
Koffeld for Unionville. Patriots first down here is Charlevoix getting tested on the run game early on.
A lot of departures
here as later in this show. Shane Smith will be able to help us highlight notable departures. This full formation back out here. It's a tricky formation. It comes fast. You never know who gets the handoff. A lot of deception.
Movement along
the front line. That's going to back up the defense 5 yards. Charlevoix's defense getting tested here early on the road. Quite the drive here from Charlevoix. Especially on a Thursday. A loaded set of trenches here from both teams. Handoff to the left. Right up the. Good for a first down. Brought down at about the 5 yard line. Patriots first down. A couple of players coming off the field. Hyped up already from Sebewaing here.
It'll be first and goal for the Patriots from the Rayders 5 yards.
The Sebewaing area, USA Patriots. First and goal here from the 4. Handoff to the left.
Nowhere. Stopped.
Maybe a loss of one. Good play there from the defense. Charlevoix. When it gets down here in the end zone, the shots get a little harder to take. However, good burst of speed here from the Patriots early and often here as we're approaching the 9-minute mark left in the first. Still no pass attempts. Second and five from the
Handoff up the middle.
Gonna be wrapped up short of the goal line. As the PA announcer chimes in and says he's gonna be brought down at the one. That's Maddox Nix. Grayson Workle on the tackle. The sophomore from Charlevoix.
Very young squad here
for the Rayders. We will be able to go through more of the defense and offensive lineups here. Using up a lot of this play clock here. Methodical approach from the Patriots.
Handoff up the middle.
Good for a Patriots touchdown on their first drive. Unionville
on the board
on their first drive. 10 to go in the first. With that we can take a second. Tell you about Bingham Insurance. Running a small business can be risky, but one thing you can't leave to chance is your insurance coverage. Bingham Insurance wants to help keep you covered from the unexpected from happening. Bingham Insurance Company, representing auto owners insurance. Unionville trying to put the insurance on this. Score with a point. Extra points, and they didn't get it. So it's going to stay 6 to nothing. Unionville, as we're gonna go send it to our first here. We will be right back in a moment. Patriots up 6 to 0.
Ace is the only hardware retailer that carries Benjamin Moore paint at over 3,800 stores. With Benjamin Moore's premium quality, huge selection of colors, plus Ace's award-winning service, you can be confident you're getting the best. Then buy in store or online for curbside pickup or free delivery. When you want the best, Benjamin Moore paint from Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their paint.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
Life gives us enough to deal with.
How much time do we have?
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. Taking the controls from me here for a bit, and I'm sure he'll be doing that some more as we go on, knocking the rust off of our first broadcast of the season with you here. We've got a great crew with us here. We've got a great crew with us tonight. Here in a moment as Unionville kicks off after their opening touchdown.
Oh!
40 drops.
Oh!
40 drops. Looks like Charlevoix will be back on it, though. We'll see here.
Well, first, Shane, I mean, let's kind of explain why we have a little bit of rust.
It's not so much that
coming back from a long period, but we're trying a lot of new things here.
We're trying a lot of new things here.
We're trying a lot of new things.
So it's coming from all over the state. Had classes today. 4 of us in college, so then we're coming up here and trying to get things set up right after college. Yeah, so it's a lot going on, but we do want to take a moment to thank Ace Hardware Insurance for providing we had Christian segments off to begin, and Charlevoix will have their first crack on the offensive side of the field.
Pistol formation, handoff to the left. That's going to be number 2. Garrison Starrett, number 2. Who's got a first down, but a flag comes in about halfway through that play. In the area of holding. That's going to be what it is. It's going to be holding against the Raiders. It's going to be holding against the Raiders, and Shane, that's going to back them up 10.
So not exactly an ideal start. Here for Charlevoix. Things going early.
Excellent run, but hopefully you can clean up the holding, and those runs can just be excellent without the holding. Without the holding. Backs them up 10, man. 10 yards in person when you see it. 10 yards in person when you see it after 1st and 10 looks like an eternity.
So Charlevoix backed up to the 27. Here.
A beautiful day for football. A beautiful day for football.
70 degrees, slight breeze. Blowing from the west.
Motion high snap. Motion high snap.
Flick. Cover. Charlevoix's not going to be able to get much here. They'll be brought out of bounds. Right about the 30.
Shane, I was able to just hit how young team is. This Raider team is. You look at this roster sheet, and there is all but just a handful of seniors.
Yes, indeed. We have some interesting things to talk about. One of our behind-the-scenes producers was able to put together for us as time goes on in this broadcast. But in the meantime, Charlevoix looking at
Charlevoix's running on a play clock. Charlevoix's running on a play clock.
That's one thing. We're not used to a play clock. That's one thing. We're not used to a play clock, but a second and
timeout called because they're going to get delay game.
So that'll give us a moment here to thank our first sponsor of the game. And we'll go with Ace Hardware of Charlevoix. Ace Hardware of Charlevoix. Charlevoix Ace Hardware is proud to continually be a supporter and the community. The team at Ace Hardware loves Charlevoix. The team at Ace Hardware loves Charlevoix, and they're always there when you need them. That's Ace Hardware of Charlevoix. That's Ace Hardware of Charlevoix. We also want to thank our friends at TVC Airport. Traverse City Jerry Capital Airport is your gateway to Northern Michigan, and now is the time to fly. We'll also get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. To plan your next getaway today, visit TVCairport.com. And we also want to take a moment to thank our last pregame sponsor. And that is Bingham Insurance. And that is all three Bingham Insurance, TVC, Cherry Capital Airport, and Ace Hardware of Charlevoix, and Ace Hardware of Charlevoix, bringing to you early on pregame segment. Bingham Insurance, running a small business can be risky. One thing you can't leave the chance to your insurance covered from the unexpected from happening. That's Bingham Insurance Company representing Auto Owners Insurance. So that takes care of that. We'll get in here. Again, a second and forever. Right about second coming up for Charlevoix. Right about second and 20. Rolling out for the pass. That'll be a high one. That'll be a high one. Falls into the grass. No good there.
Rolling out left and throwing right. Rolling out left and throwing right. That's not an ideal position there. Third and 21 for the Raiders. Third and 21 for the Raiders here. High pass. Very young squad here for the Raiders. Colin Jesp runs back out there for the young play caller. 4 out wide in the pistol set. Low snap. Just looking, gets a hit. Fumbles. There's a scrum for it, and it looks as though Sebewaing may come up with it. And the Patriots have it. Colin Jess had time in the pocket, but then a late pressure right up the middle got him. Tremendous pressure up the middle, and Jess just couldn't get rid of it. Ended up coughing it up. These are the mistakes. That can be made with a young play caller. But they can provide to be fruitful later down the line. Sebewaing with prime position here. The Patriots starting at the 15-yard line in Raider territory. Hand off to the right. That's going to be Ryan Wiederhold. Andrew Glass on the tackle. Makes it 2nd and 9, good 1 yard. Gain there from Sebewaing. Andrew Glass. You take those runs out if you're the defense. Especially with the way they've been gouging you earlier. Full formation. Out. Left. It's gonna be out. Quarterback keeper. He's gonna get out to about. 10 before running out of bounds. Davis Peters on the quarterback keep. He had a couple of options, but decided to keep it for himself. He had a lot of green grass in front of him as well. Safe play. Makes it 3rd and 4 here. I believe this is the first 3rd down for the Patriots of the evening. Hand off to the left. It's going to be up the middle for number 22. He's going to get just a couple of yards. Brady Green. 4th and 3rd here for the Patriots. No field goal attempt here. Patriots up 6-0, looking to extend the lead. Handoff. Up the middle. Quick handoff. We're going to see where they spot it. And it's going to be a turnover on downs. A heck of a stop from the Raiders. Play clock is moving, though, very quickly for the Raiders. As the play clock was reset. Movement here for the Raiders. Handoff up the middle. Met at the line of scrimmage. That was Ian Morin on the handoff, not able to get anywhere. The Raiders looking to find some spark on offense. We have a late substitution here. Spread offense here for the Raiders. 4-out line. Screen to the right. That's going to be the number 2, Garrison Sterrett, who's going to get maybe just a couple of yards before he's wrestled down. Clock's going to keep moving. 4:30 to go here in the first. Man, oh, man. These Raiders are looking for some spark on offense, and the Patriots have just stifled them at every turn here. Colin Jess looking to get that arm going. Seconds here for the Raiders. 3rd and 8. They got to find something here. They're going to have to punt it. Jess steps up. Has a lane. Pushed out of bounds at about the 15. Going to be short of the first down here. Decision time for the Raiders and Coach Jess. 4th and 1, here we go. First kind of hard decision here if you're the Raiders. You don't really want to boot it back to the Patriots down 6-0, but you got a good stop there on the defense last time. Looks as though they're setting up for the punt. High punt here. Good punt. All the way. That's going to flip field position. An excellent punt for the Raiders. Flips field position and then some. They just punted it from the 20-yard line to the 5 on the other side of the field. With that, we are going to go to commercial. This is an excellent punt. Unionville up 6-0. We will be right back. This is Next Level Broadcasting.
Life gives us enough to deal with, like doing your taxes, hosting in-laws.
Oh, you're still trying to do the beard thing, huh?
And of course, filing an insurance claim. But luckily, Auto Owners makes it easy. They pay what they owe without any hassle. That's simple human sense.
Since I've done Readers. And we are back. Finkmeyer on the right side here. After this excellent punt from the Raiders, that flips field position here. The Patriots now got to drive the length of the field here. 2nd and 10 from their own 4-yard line. we want to take the time to thank everyone here that's tuning in for Next Level Broadcasting and joining us here on a Thursday. Not for long are we going to be doing these Thursday games here.
And boy, am I happy about that. These things are crazy.
These Thursday games are loaded. A lot of traveling also for everyone, not just for us, but for Charlevoix, Shane.
Yeah, Charlevoix and Unionville Sebewaing had a good probably hour-and-a-half drive or so to get over here to Clare, as they're based over in the Thumb.
Yeah, this is a nice little neutral site field here.
Yeah.
And Clare doing a good job of maintaining and keeping a good field out here.
For sure. I mean, speaking of good things, Christian, we can't be remiss if we weren't to mention that punt once again.
Oh.
I mean, it went from basically the 5 to the 5.
That stun locked me because it looked as though it was going to be caught here at the 45, and that's how big of a punt it was. As we had a handoff up to the left, good swath of Raiders there to bring down the Patriots there. As a little bit of extracurricular verbiage there.
Well, you get that every now and then. Kalen Titus there on the tackle for the Raiders. This will be 4th and 7 from inside the 10-yard line. In fact, right on the 10 with 48 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Charlevoix bowled their backs defensively.
It was an interesting start for Charlevoix here.
Yeah.
The timeout's taken here from the Patriots. As we're going to take the time to tell you about Charlevoix State Bank. During a time of mergers, acquisitions, and name changes, the founders of Charlevoix State Bank saw a need for a truly local bank focused on our community and strong customer relationships. Those values continue to drive us today as we support high school athletics through our support of tonight's game.
Yeah, we've got our friends at Orion Benigno, too, with professional seamless gutters. Your home gutters are always there when you need them to be. So is our good friend Orion Benigno. And that's why he started Professional Seamless Gutters. Professional Seamless Gutters offers fast and experienced service and real-time quotes. But wait, there's more. There's always more. They'll actually answer your phone call. That's Professional Seamless Gutters at 989-619-3407. And tell them that we sent you.
Well, Shane, like you said, they bowed their backs a little bit there in the first quarter. But Charlevoix, you know, if they can just step it up and put a little bit of gas on offense, they can even this right back up here. Their defense is holding true here these last few drives.
Yeah, I mean, only one score so far in this game, a 6-0 ball game. That'll be a bit shallower of a punt. Plops down at the 32. Raiders will touch it. The loose ball, and it looks like Unionville Sebewaing will have it once again.
Oh, the bounce. It took a high bounce, Shane, and it bounced off his thigh pad.
Yup. Charlevoix having a rough start here in this first quarter.
Oh,
my.
That's why you take the timeout. You plan it exactly just like that, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't even know. I don't think that could be planned by anybody.
No.
That was all ball there, and Charlevoix not getting out of the way fast enough. That'll be something they'll work on as time goes on for sure.
Yeah, that's one of those ones where as a returner you got to just back away. There's nothing you can do. You get too close, and then next thing you know, you're surrounded by a bunch of Patriots, and then it's a 30-yard play for them.
No harm, no foul for the Patriots. Yeah, nice chunk play here for them as they'll have 1st and 10 from their own 41.
Good tackle up the middle. Gain of maybe 1. That's the thing about these full sets, Shane, is that these plays can be so quick, and it's a lot of deception with the quarterback hands. You know, that quick handoff is it would look as though it was going to be a first handoff to someone else, and then the second hand, the right hand, is actually where the ball's at.
That's right. So we're going to step away here for about 60 seconds before we get into our second quarter of action. This is Next Level Broadcasting with Raider Athletics. We'll be back on the
Hi, it's Kevin Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
Life gives us enough to deal with, like doing your taxes, hosting in-laws.
Oh, you're still trying to do the beard thing, huh?
And of course, filing an insurance claim. But luckily, auto owners makes it easy. They pay what they owe without any hassle. That's simple human sense.
Ask Bingham Insurance Services in Charlevoix if auto owners make sense for you.
And welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. Unionville Sebewaing getting a lucky break here from a little error on Charlevoix's part, allowing the bouncing kickoff to hit a thigh pad, and that gave Sebewaing about a 35-yard chunk play.
And on 2nd and 7 just now, they just got an 8-yard run there. Flips field, gives them a fresh set of downs here. Patriots moving the ball early on in the second.
Yep. So as we work our way into the second quarter, we'll get that taken care of on the scoreboard for you. 1st and 10 now for Sebewaing on the Charlevoix side of the 48-yard line. Again, 6-0 score. Not a runaway for any team on any stretch of the imagination. But Christian, you got to imagine if Charlevoix keeps shooting themselves in the foot, they're going to pay for it before too long. Nearly made the play there at the 25-yard line. Not able to haul that one in was Carson Dickerson. Or Dixon, rather. Apologize.
David, Peters to Dixon. That was a very close connection there. Dixon wide open. Peters gave him a good little rainbow. I think it was just a little out of reach there for the diving catch. Charlevoix catching a break, because if Dixon had caught that, he would have been running in. A little bit been close.
It would have been a good 23-yard play no matter what, at the very least.
Yes. And for a team where we've seen most of their production come on the ground, I'm sure a play like that will open up the offense a little bit more. Full set here. They've yet to defer from it. Handoff up the middle to number 22.
Handoff number 22, Brady Green up the middle.
Brady Green there.
56, Gabe Boslov.
Boslow on the tackle there. Boslov. I think Boslow.
Boslow looks right.
Gosh, it's amazing. I'm getting old here. I don't recognize about 2/3 of the team members here for Charlevoix.
Well, Shane, you grew up in the area, and
I did.
I'm sure you've recognized a lot of the names, and
well, used to. They're getting fewer and farther between.
Well, from when you were, as you move away from your high school days, now you are in college.
That's right. Down there at Grand Valley, and we've got several Central Michigan University students here with us today.
Shotgun.
Producer Emma, one of them right next to us. And we've got our cameraman, Isaac, and our sideline guy down there.
Derek, yeah. Tristan Thompson was the intended receiver there out of the backfield. The senior not able to reel it in. However, it was a high pass from Peters. Makes it 4th and 8, and Charlevoix going to send a man back deep. They escape after that punt. Let's see if they've learned from their mistakes here.
The defensive unit going to get a well-deserved rest finally after a couple of long possessions out here.
What plays for Charlevoix right now is a lot of...
And that's how Sebewaing got the kick so far down. There was a gust of wind that blew right from north to south across the field here and gave the ball an extra probably 10 yards as it bounces into the end zone.
I did want to say that the reason why I think the Raiders have a little bit more of a chance here is that those seniors along the defensive line have done a good job with Andrew Glass. Making a couple tackles here as we flip field position here for the Raiders. We give a shout out to Charlevoix Auto. Charlevoix wants everyone tuning in that they are your trusted local Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, and Moki dealer. Drive with confidence. Choose Charlevoix Auto, your one-stop shop for exceptional sales and service.
Yeah, those little Moke things. They're I don't know how to describe them. They're like a summery, outdoorsy type mini car without any top on them. I don't know, they're different, but they're fun and they're popular. As we got a nice connection made here and run after the
Greenacre.
catch. First down and a few more. Move the chains right up to about 44-yard line or so.
What a heck of a play for the sophomore. Greenacre on the outside on the screen. That's going to give Jess a little bit of confidence there. That's why those screens are so helpful for a young quarterback. They're like extended handoffs with a little bit more risk.
So again, a 6-0 game with 9:53 to go in the second quarter. Charlevoix's defense is held strong after Sebewaing's first series.
Just handoff right up the middle. He took a hit as number 7, Kalen Titus, takes the handoff. Gain of a couple. He's a sophomore as well.
Yeah.
Sophomore.
Lots of sophomores, young team here, but some returning talent. Some of these sophomores did get some time on the varsity squad last year. Of course, Colin Jess, one of them. Carter Greenacre saw some time out there, as well as Kalen Titus. And we've got one more. Oh, Garrison Sterrett, but he was a junior last year. My apologies. My memory caught the best of me there for a second. And there's a flag. Let's see what we have going on here.
Against the offense.
Yeah. Even the coaching on the sideline is, too many men on the field. All right. Well, that'll do it. Grayson Warchall, the other sophomore, that was a freshman on the varsity squad last year, that got a little playing time. So another free 5 yards for the Sebewaing defense. It'll be 2nd and 13 for Charlevoix.
They become the veterans in a way.
Yeah.
Jess
rears back here.
Down the seam. Got a deep throw. Garrison Sterrett.
Still on his feet. Can he get there? And still jumping. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders.
Just blew by his man in the slot. Garrison Sterrett down the seam. Excellent throw from Colin Jess. In stride, and Garrison Sterrett able to take it the rest of the way. Shook a couple of would-be tacklers, and they even it up here with 8:30 to go in the second.
And that's all it takes. One play, and Charlevoix's right back into this thing. Their defense was holding strong. One well-executed play between Colin Jess and Garrison Sterrett. And we have a tie ball game. Charlevoix with the chance to take the lead here with 8.5 to go in the second quarter.
It's a funny mix of talent there. Colin Jess throws to the sophomore and early on in Greenacre, and then the handoff. Later with another sophomore, and then the senior takes it in.
Sophomore quarterback to senior. Hey, Charlevoix gets the kick up and in. And Peter Janchulis, rare chance to see Charlevoix kick the extra point, and he cleared it by a mile.
And you know what that means, Shane?
What's that?
The Raiders are up.
They are 7-6. The Raiders are on top. We are going to step away here for another commercial break. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
All right, guys, here's what we get. All right, guys, here's what we get.
BC Pizza, BC Pizza, hometown handmade gourmet.
Coach, what do we do? We get BC Pizza.
BC Pizza, BC Pizza.
And welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. Shane Smith, Christian Swinsicki, and all of the rest of our wonderful broadcast and producing crew here tonight.
Rookies Christian on and off the field everywhere.
Yeah, I tell you. We're 8.5 minutes to go yet, still in the second quarter. One score apiece for the team, but Charlevoix came on this possession in a matter of, 3 plays?
This is Charlevoix this bend and don't break defense right now is working. I think their defense is pivotal in keeping this together because the offense kind of sputtered at first, and then the big play, Shane. I mean,
the big play.
Big play offense here from Charlevoix. It's explosive with the sophomores to the seniors.
An onside kick. That will be recovered. No problem there by the Patriots.
Talon Jacobs, the kicker for Charlevoix.
Owen Kovac on the recovery there for the Patriots. It'll be their ball right at the 49-yard line.
The Unionville Sebewaing area Patriots, the USA Patriots. Very nice. Nicely put. Charlevoix looking to keep up their defensive. It's just prowess here. If you're Unionville, Shane, do you take a shot deep?
Well, they've shown the ability to do so. We saw one particular play. It would have been a 23-yard reception earlier, just slipped through the receiver's fingertips. So they certainly have the ability to get those big chunk plays in. We'll see what they can do.
Charlevoix is starting to win these battles in between the tackles, and that's actually a big factor as to how they've gotten to the 7-6 lead here.
Yeah. Charlevoix is kind of playing like how we started the broadcast, taking our time to kind of get things working and the gears well lubricated, and now we're off and running.
No, it's all about how you finish, Shane.
That's right.
Second and 9.
Yeah, second.
Pitch to the right. That's going to be for number 11. Going backwards, wrapped up behind the backfield. That is Ian Moran.
Ryan Wiederhold there on the run. Not able to get past Moran, who did a great job playing quarterback last year as well. Now he's taken on more running back duties. We'll play some quarterback and also safety here on the team as well.
Good versatile unit here from Charlevoix. I mean, a lot of guys that can play a lot of different positions, and I think that's you know what that reminds me of is a few years ago when I was covering a lot more of our Gaylord, the Gaylord games that went to the playoffs there. They had a lot of versatility in the backs and wide receivers. Now, they were a little bit older.
Sure.
But as Unionville takes a timeout because they were running out of clock here.
So they have a timeout with a second in about Mount Pleasant scenario coming up here. Be second and third and 17, rather. So we want to take a moment to thank our friends at Wilmot Electric. Since 1983, Wilmot Electric Incorporated has been a gold standard electrical service provider throughout northern Michigan, offering solutions to any electrical need you may have, whether it's residential, commercial, or marine related. No matter the case, Wilmot Electric has experts that will keep your projects on time and on budget. Customer focused and community driven for 40 years. That's Wilmot Electric of Charlevoix Christian.
Fans all around, it's pizza time, and BC Pizza is making it easier than ever to get you and your family a handmade hometown gourmet pizza from the one
hungry now.
And only BC Pizza right in Charlevoix. You're also welcome to try their grinders, salads, and their other specialty pizzas. You'll know right away after the first bite you made the best choice in pizza. That's BC Pizza. Shane, we've had BC Pizza many a times. Oh my gosh, I love them.
They should be the official pizza sponsor of Next Level Broadcasting. We'll have to work on that because we get them fairly frequently.
I will call Charles and tell him to have a bus for us.
So third
sack, big hit. Wow, that's Andrew Glass. We've mentioned his name a few times, and what a hit came in. It looked as though he was unblocked.
I mean, he just burst through that line like, well, he went through a bubble wrap, and that was about all. There was nothing holding him back. Blew through that thing like a shot out of a cannon. Yeah, and it'll be a fourth, and they haven't even updated it so far. It looks to be at least a fourth and about 22.
It's fourth and a ways. I tell you what, you're not going to do the triple option here.
No. Fourth and 23. Well, I was a yard off.
Come on, Shane. High punt.
That's a rough guesstimation. That one is high, and Charlevoix is content to let that one go after what they had back in the first quarter.
Patriots didn't get the gust of wind that the the Raiders got earlier, but they did in that last punt. However, they were a little closer.
Still wasn't a bad punt. Gets the Raiders inside of their 30. Spotted right there at about the 28-yard line with 6:11 to go in the first half. Again, a close game, 7-6, pretty defensively minded. And we're going to keep it right here before we switch on over to Charlevoix taking the field offensively. And thanks Sky Media 45 quickly. Need to enhance your brand? Sky Media 45 combines excellent photography with post-production to create stunning video and image content. Showcase your community event or business with our expert aerial solutions. We're ready to fly for you. Visit them online today at skymedia45.com. And here's the play.
Handoff up the middle. That's going to be to number 6. Yeah, Moran. Good gain of a couple of yards here. Charlevoix waking up on offense and a little bit more here.
Yeah, a solid 4-yard run there. Hey, if you can get 4 or 5 yards per run, that's going to get you well in a football game.
Well, the 4 yards per run is going to up the yards per carry. They haven't had a whole lot going in that way.
That is true, yep. So it'll be 2nd and 6 here right on the Raider 36.
So far for Charlevoix, their 2 most notable plays have been a big punt that flipped field position and the deep throw from Jess to Starrett. Jess, handoff to the left. That's going to go to number 2, Garrison Starrett.
He'll gain about 3 on that one. So it'll be 3rd and 3 coming up at the 39. Raiders just kind of chipping away, plugging along.
There's birds soaring out here, Shane. This is America out here.
Yeah. I didn't hear the eagle call though, but close enough. So back to it here, 3rd and 3.
Keeper
That'll
for
be a
Jess.
keeper, yep. And he's got a lane.
He's
bobbing around. He's got open field in front of him. Nobody's there. He's going to take it all the way in. Touchdown. Charlevoix, number 2.
Colin Jess, right up the middle, faked the handoff. I think he faked the pitch, juked a man, and outran everyone.
Hey, not a bad deal when you can have a quarterback with that level of athleticism, movement, and speed on top of that.
Shane, not a bad deal when that's your sophomore quarterback.
That's true. That is true.
Getting ready for the extra point here. Peter Yanchulis. 1 for 1 already. Make it 2 for 2.
Hey, straight through the center. We'll take that any day. It's refreshing to see a kicker for Charlevoix. So we go up 14-6. Sebewaing will need a full 8 points to tie this one up with 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. We are going to step aside here for a few moments and thank a couple more of our sponsors.
All right, guys, here's what we get.
Pizza, BC Pizza, hometown handmade gourmet.
Coach, what do we do? We get BC Pizza.
BC Pizza, BC Pizza.
Have you ever wanted to try skydiving? This is Luther from Skydive Charlevoix. We specialize in first-time tandem skydiving and offer the best views in the entire Midwest. Jump from up to 2 miles high and free fall as fast as 120 miles per hour. Then, when the parachute opens, you can enjoy a peaceful canopy ride back to the landing area. Skydive Charlevoix also offers a scenic flight with every tandem jump. Enjoy an amazing bird's-eye view of Grand Traverse Bay, Little Traverse Bay, Beaver Island, and the entire northern Michigan shoreline. It's easy to book your jump online at skydivecharlevoix.com. That's skydivecharlevoix.com.
And here we are. There's no ghost touchdown. There we go.
Yanchulis getting ready to kick. We had Talon Jacobs here kicking last time. Yanchulis with the high squib.
Yeah. And a good wrap up there. Job well done by Ian Moran. No gain there off the return for the Patriots. So they'll be starting right about the 42 with 4:29 to go in the first half. What do you think, Christian? Should we thank our friends at Martin Concrete?
Looking for concrete work done right? Then look no further than Charlevoix's very own Martin Concrete. Concrete patios, footings, foundations, and so much more. But don't take our word for it. See for yourself by visiting their website online at martinconcretecharlevoix.com. They are your concrete specialist.
And we got another flag here. Laundry on the field. That's my laundry to do later on when I get home.
Wasn't a concrete play from the Raiders there on defense.
Hadn't quite set yet. Left some tracks there in the freshly poured concrete. We're trying, Emma. We're trying. Christian, we're getting some looks over here.
I was looking to see how much time we had left in this one.
So 1st and 5 for the Patriots.
Going to be a handoff to the right.
Oh,
left, I'm sorry.
Breakaway here for Sebewaing. They're working the sideline. Caught up, though.
Brady Green on the handoff right between the guard and the center on the left side.
Big run there by, exactly right, Brady Green, and I believe that was Colin Jess on the tackle, if I heard the PA announcer right. So that gets the Patriots right down to the 25. Plenty of time left for them to get a score on the board.
Full set here for Sebewaing. Worse than 10. Handoff up the right. That's a quick handoff there.
Pile of Raiders coming off that one. The leader of that mess was Andrew Grogan for Charlevoix. And also Peter Yanchulis there on the pile. So it'll be 1 yard gain, 2nd and 9. Clock ticking, under 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Bit of a change here for the Patriots. Again, Raiders up by 8, 14-6.
This defense here from the Raiders has stepped up massively since their first drive. As we have a pass attempt here, brought down. That's going to be Ian Moran, he's all over the place on the sack.
That's twice now. Davis Peters not able to get out of the Raiders' way. Ian Moran sniffed him out like a dog on fresh meat and made the tackle in the backfield. Loss of about 8.
Third and 9. That hasn't been changed yet. Third and 17 for the Patriots. Their pass plays have been going backwards. Handoff up the middle.
Play.
That's going to get nowhere for Brady Green, and another just great defensive outing here from the Raiders on this drive.
Andrew Grogan with 2 big tackles already just on this drive alone. So it'll be 4th and 16.
Well, if you're the Patriots, I think you kind of look for a deep throw. You know, you punt it, they're going to make it maybe move back 11 yards. You're playing the field position game. You have to really maybe punt it high. I don't know.
I mean, you got to go for it here. If you get the turnover,
that's what
you're still inside the 35 for Charlevoix to take over, so you got to go for it.
Yeah.
Got a full core on the bottom.
Absolute wrecking ball, Andrew Glass.
2 big sacks here just on this possession alone. One by Ian Moran, now by Andrew Glass, and that brings the Patriots almost all the way back to midfield.
That's Andrew Glass's 2nd sack of the evening.
Christian, that was about best case scenario for Charlevoix to push them all the way back to the 48-yard line.
Well, it's 4th and 16, and when you see them lining up to go for it, there's not too many plays that you're going to drop on the ground. And Andrew Glass has already shown that he's a one-man wrecking crew out there on the defensive line, so they're moving him all around, and he's getting everywhere. Big 78 there on the left side for the Raiders is doing wonders for them on defense. Jess, deep throw, 50-50 ball, incomplete. intended for number 21. That was Talon Jacobs. Talon Jacobs. That was double coverage there, too. Shaky throw from Jess. He was under pressure when he was throwing it. Second and 10 here for the Raiders. After a deep shot and a good defensive stop gives them good field position here. Handoff up the middle. Ian Moran, or Moran up the middle. And a timeout taken.
So that'll give us a moment here as I step back in to thank our friends at the Lake House. And speaking of the Lake House, Eric Huffman is doing, I believe, the Elk Rapids game tonight. So you can watch that on our sister channel, Elks Athletics. That'll be right there on YouTube. From the moment you walk into the house, the essence of easy living and life on the water shines through. They offer unique gifts, including home accessories and furry friend items. Their assortment of gifts and home decor is perfect for your home, cottage, or boat. Come visit the Lake House to commemorate your visit to one of Michigan's premier resort destinations. They're located at 403 Bridge Street, or visit them online at thelakehouseCharlevoix.com.
Well, Shane.
Well, Christian.
I was going to say, coming back here with 1:21 left in the half. Charlevoix looking to extend this, and they get the ball back at the half, too.
Yeah.
Pressure coming in from the right. Jess gets it out hot to
pressure. What pressure, Christian? I didn't see anything. He let go of that thing like it was another day in the office.
He was getting pressured from the right, from the left side there. That was Ryan Wiederhold on the hit.
That is a good level-headed move there from the sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, and Jess, like you said, Shane, delivered that as there was no one coming to him, or as if no one was coming to him, but
there was indeed.
Ball on a rope to Moran for
so as good as that throw was, it'll be 4th and 3. Charlevoix, of course, going to go for it. No reason not to. Right at the Patriot 45. That'll be a handoff.
Not going to get it.
Nope. Moran kept about a yard short of the line of gain.
Well, it's going to be a turnover on downs, and the Patriots are going to get the ball back with 1:06 left. But Charlevoix's defense is proven to be really strong here.
Billy Dinsmore credited on the big tackle there to save a possible continuation of this drive for Charlevoix. So with 66 seconds to go in the first half, the Patriots will have one more crack at the end zone before Charlevoix, like you said, Christian, will have it back to begin the second half.
Patriots haven't shown much life on offense since the first drive. They're looking to change it here before they go into the half. They come out to this full set. Handoff to the left side. Going to gain just a couple of yards here. And they're going to go hurry up offense here, the Patriots. Gets back to the line. Looks for a pass. Short throw. Complete to number 2, Tristan Thompson. He gets out of bounds, and that's going to stop the clock.
Hey, that works, but Ian Moran, another tackle for him here. It's going to be 3rd and 2. Again, good movement of the ball here by Sebewaing. 44 ticks on the clock left to work with. Back in Raider territory by 3 feet.
I know they said 3rd and 2. That's actually closer to 3rd and 1. I believe.
The ball is...
No, you're right. No, 3rd and 2, yeah. Shadows.
Our friends at Gaylord Eye Care Center would like to see aggression. Hey, I went to see him. I had a pain-in-the-butt time calling some football games last fall, so I went to see him at their Boyne City location.
I'm sure the Patriots would have liked to have seen it as 2nd and 1.
Yeah.
As the clock's going to continue to move here, they're going to take this timeout. 30 seconds left.
Well, yep, they are. They've got 2 yards to get past the line of scrimmage here on a 4th and 2. Charlevoix is going to be the one taking the timeout there. So while we have a moment, we want to thank Gray Gables of Charlevoix. Gray Gables Restaurant and Catering takes pride in featuring a nuanced dining experience in Charlevoix since 1936. A modern twist on elegant bliss awaits you as you set foot into the Gray Gables located on 308 Belvedere Avenue. And if you want even more, you can ask them about their catering options for a special event such as a grad party, wedding, or family get-together. That's Gray Gables in Charlevoix. We also have South Point Collision. It's football season in northern Michigan. That also means it's deer season. So, if you or a family member or your son or daughter or just about anybody hits a deer, not in the woods but on the road, then head on into South Point Collision. They'll take $100 off your auto repair simply by mentioning this ad. South Point Collision wants to keep the fun in football season and keep you on the road during deer season.
4th and 2 here. Patriots going to a run up the middle, and I don't think they're going to get it.
No, I don't think so either.
We're going to see.
Get the official measurement.
The officials might give it to him, actually. From my perspective, it didn't look that.
So far, where it's a nose of a football either way. They're getting the chains out now. And it's good enough by about 3 inches, which is a lot. First down, Unionville Sebewaing.
Hand off. Incomplete pass to left. $18 seconds left in this first half. 14-6, and Shane, I know, with the Patriots outside of their first drive, they haven't shown a lot of life here on offense. But credit to the Raiders defense. Well, I mean, Andrew Glass
for sure.
Moran on a couple of big plays.
Andrew Grogan.
Yes.
Yeah. There's some great plays made here. And that one just gets a little bit up and over the hands of Owen Caulfield there. So it'll be 3rd and 10. Patriots just inside Raider territory. They have 15 seconds to work with, so call it 2, maybe 3 plays, depending on if they can get out of bounds, before the Raiders will have the ball back to begin the second half.
Well, kind of a tricky spot here if you're the Patriots. You're trying to kill some time and not let the Raiders take any deep shots or find a way to take a shot.
And this will be false start on the Patriots. Christian, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is one of the first penalties I've seen against the red and blue out there.
Yeah, the Patriots have played fairly clean football here this first half. The Raiders, not so much, but for the Raiders, you know, it's not hurt them on the scoreboard.
No. Their defense has been able to step up when needed. So 3rd and 15.
Looking to pass.
That'll
Screen.
Be a short, pass there. Good pickup. That'll be a first down and some more. We may. Oh, that'll be just out of bounds with 4 seconds to go. A big pickup there from Owen Caulfield.
Well, the Patriots took advantage of the Raiders' relentlessness, and, you know, the Raiders have been pinning their ears back, kind of just gunning and going for the quarterback in passing situations. Well, the Patriots used that against them, and they decided to call an all-out screen, and that was a good little dump-off there.
It's amazing what about a 15-foot pass will get you, and the Raider line is all coming towards the quarterback. There was nobody until Colin Jess was there to push Caulfield out of bounds right at the 16-yard line is where the ball is spotted. 4 seconds to go. There is a timeout taken. So we're going to thank one more of our fine sponsors here. Yeah, and that'll be Bartlett's Home Interiors. Celebrating 75 years of serving Northern Michigan, the best selection of furniture, flooring, Serta mattresses, and Hunter Douglas window treatments have been at Bartlett's. Bartlett's Home Interiors is a name you can trust for all your projects, big or small. See for yourself at their 35,000 square foot showroom in Charlevoix or online at bartlettsHomeInteriors.com. Now, Christian, I will say we don't have workers' comp if you were to fall out the window.
I think we'll be okay.
All right.
Well, Shane, with 4 seconds left here, this has been a competitive first half here, both on the defensive side of the ball.
No doubt about it. And we do, speaking of half, we want to mention our halftime show coming up will be presented by Charlevoix Auto, Martin Concrete, and Bartlett's Home Interiors. So we'll be getting their ads in, give them another shout out, as we're proud to have them sponsoring our halftime show.
Yes, help us keeps the light on.
That's right. Pays the bills, gives us the big bucks, right, Christian?
Yeah.
We'll be here all night, folks.
Oh, they're going to get him in the backfield. Another sack here from the Raiders.
Blazik. Wow.
That's going to be a fiery way to end the first half, and that's going to be emphatic for the Raiders here as they go up 14-6. Getting ready to get into the halftime show presented by Charlevoix Auto, Martin Concrete, and Bartlett's Home Interiors. Shane, what a hard-hitting first half.
That is 3 different linemen. You had Sawyer Blazik, Andrew Grogan, Ryan Glass, all getting in on a sack today. Of course, Ryan Moran had one earlier as well. So
Andrew Glass also made an appearance.
That's true, yeah. Both Glass boys. So very active day so far on the defensive side of the ball for the Raiders. Their offense certainly woke up in the second quarter, giving them the 8-point 14-6 lead. We are going to cut it away for a few moments for our Charlevoix Auto, Martin Concrete, and Bartlett Home Interior halftime show. Shane Smith, Christian Swinsicki, Emma Brown, Derek Steele, and Isaac Dunson will be back.
Today's game has been brought to you by Bingham Insurance Services, Charlevoix State Bank, Wilmot Electric, Charlevoix Auto, The Villager Pub, Swanson K&D, Traverse City, Cherry Capital Airport, Fresh Coast Sliders, Martin Concrete, Charlevoix Ace Hardware, Charlevoix Agency Insurance, Sky Media 45, The Lake House, South Point Collision, Bartlett's Home Interiors, Culver's of Charlevoix, Skydive Charlevoix, BC Pizza, Great Lakes Asphalt Services, Gray Gables Restaurant and Catering, Charlevoix Barbershop, Professional Seamless Gutters, Spencer Bryan with Pat O'Brien Real Estate, Ward Marina. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.
Hi there, Hannah again with Charlevoix Auto. Don't let summer pass you by. Get into a new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram today and make this the summer event. Lease a sleek new Compass for an amazing $339 a month. Elevate your journey in a stylish Grand Cherokee for $429 a month. Or unleash the power of a 4x4 Ram pickup for $459 a month. Don't miss out on getting into your perfect ride for less at Charlevoix Auto on US 31 South near the Charlevoix Airport. Your trusted local dealership.
Located in Charlevoix, Michigan is Martin Concrete, where they specialize in residential concrete construction, providing high-quality concrete work and guaranteeing customer satisfaction. They're proud to serve Charlevoix and the surrounding areas. No job is too big or too small for Martin Concrete, with services ranging from concrete slabs, footings, driveways, retaining walls, and much more. There's nothing that Martin Concrete can't do regarding concrete. That's Martin Concrete, online at martinconcretecharlevoix.com or give them a call at 231-838-9610.
Bartlett's Home Interiors is your hometown home furnishing store, serving northern Michigan since 1950. Your perfect fit is waiting for you here, among our large selection of furniture, flooring, Serta mattresses, and Hunter Douglas window treatments. Our experienced staff can help with the details that are important to you to transform your space. Come explore our 35,000 square foot showroom today or visit us at bartlettshomeinteriors.com. Bartlett's Home Interiors, where you're always at home. M66 North, Charlevoix.
The Villager Pub has been a mainstay in Charlevoix dining culture for over 40 years. Situated right downtown, their friendly and experienced staff will make you feel right at home from the days of a bygone era. With a wide selection on tap and an expansive menu to pick from, sit back and relax in the pub and enjoy their eclectic 1950s era memorabilia. Stop in and see them today at 427 Bridge Street or visit them online to look at their menu at thevillagerpub.com.
Charlevoix State Bank was founded in 1994 to provide exceptional local service to our northern Michigan community. With 6 locations in Charlevoix, East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, we're here to make banking easy, right here in your neck of the woods with people you know. Charlevoix State Bank believes in the positive lessons of high school athletics and is a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
Are you or someone you know in need of commercial, residential, or marine electrical work? Look no further than Charlevoix's best, Wilmot Electric. Serving our community for 35 years, Wilmot Electric has just what you need to keep you and your family safe year-round with their highly professional team that works hard to find the solution to all of your electrical needs. That's Wilmot Electric. Call them today at 231-547-5583 or visit them online at wilmotelectric.com.
With unique gifts, home accessories, wedding items, and so much more, the Lake House on Bridge Street offers so many things to make your home or even your visit to Charlevoix that much more special. When you want beautiful items that reflect Charlevoix the beautiful, stop in or visit them online at thelakehousecharlevoix.com for your own keepsake and your own personal memory of Charlevoix.
Hi there.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown cherry capital airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Are you or someone you know in need of commercial, residential, or marine electrical work? Look no further than Charlevoix's best, Wilmot Electric. Serving our community for 35 years, Wilmot Electric has just what you need to keep you and your family safe year-round with their highly professional team that works hard to find the solution to all of your electrical needs. That's Wilmot Electric. Call them today at 231-547-5583 or visit them online at wilmotelectric.com.
Have you ever wanted to try skydiving? This is Luther from Skydive Charlevoix. We specialize in first-time tandem skydiving and offer the best views in the entire Midwest. Jump from up to 2 miles high and free fall as fast as 120 miles per hour. Then, when the parachute opens, you can enjoy a peaceful canopy ride back to the landing area. Skydive Charlevoix also offers a scenic flight with every tandem jump. Enjoy an amazing bird's-eye view of Grand Traverse Bay, Little Traverse Bay, Beaver Island, and the entire northern Michigan shoreline. It's easy to book your jump online at skydivecharlevoix.com. That's skydivecharlevoix.com.
The Villager Pub has been a mainstay in Charlevoix dining culture for over 40 years. Situated right downtown, their friendly and experienced staff will make you feel right at home from the days of a bygone era. With a wide selection on tap and an expansive menu to pick from, sit back and relax in the pub and enjoy their eclectic 1950s era memorabilia. Stop in and see them today at 427 Bridge Street or visit them online to look at their menu at thevillagerpub.com.
All right, guys, here's what we get.
BC Pizza, BC Pizza, hometown handmade gourmet.
Coach, what do we do? We get BC Pizza.
BC Pizza, BC Pizza.
Charlevoix State Bank was founded in 1994 to provide exceptional local service to our northern Michigan community. With 6 locations in Charlevoix, East Jordan, Boyne City, Ellsworth, and Beaver Island, we're here to make banking easy, right here in your neck of the woods with people you know. Charlevoix State Bank believes in the positive lessons of high school athletics and is a proud sponsor of tonight's game.
With unique gifts, home accessories, wedding items, and so much more. The Lake House on Bridge Street offers so many things to make your home or even your visit to Charlevoix that much more special. When you want beautiful items that reflect Charlevoix the beautiful, stop in or visit them online at thelakehousecharlevoix.com for your own keepsake and your own personal memory of Charlevoix.
Alrighty, welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. Shane Smith, Christian Swinsicki, Emma Brown, Derek Steele, and Isaac Dunson. The 5 of us bringing this one to you live from Clare. Charlevoix taking on Unionville, Sebewaing, the Patriots. Christian, Charlevoix started slow there in that opening quarter, both defensively and offensively, and then the turns kind of tabled a little bit, as the youngsters like to say. And Charlevoix has since flipped the script and had 14 unanswered points and a number of good defensive stands here against the Patriots. What are your thoughts so far?
Well, Shane, the kids' verbiage does change with time, right? Nowadays, the kids are saying things like Delulu, and I tell you what, we were a little bit delirious coming out of the start. But I tell you where the tides turned, it was the punt. The punt that went from Raider territory 14-yard line to Patriot territory 5-yard line. That is where I would draw the line of demarcation and saying that that is where the tides turned. And from then on, you know, I think Unionville maybe had one play that might be of note, which was their punt that was touched by the Raider player on that same the next drive.
Yeah.
After that, it's been 100% Raider ball. They've dominated on defense with the line. The defensive line has been just impressive. Andrew Glass right now, if we were to pick a player of the game, he's player of the game. Okay. Both on the left side of the offensive line at left tackle, showing up on the right side of the edge. He's just looked impressive. Blowing up play after play, both if it's in the run, in the pass. Andrew Glass right now, top of the class. And with that, just the defense all around from the Raiders has looked so impressive, and they are the reason why they're up 14-6, because the wing T offense is not, or the full offense, this run offense, is not easy to prepare for, because it's a lot of deception, it's a lot of quick hand movement, and the Raiders have very disciplined eyes. At first, it looked as though it caught them off guard, but then they got back. And what's impressed me also is since the tides have turned, Colin Jess has looked impressive. That throw to Garrison Starrett down the seam, which was like a 60-yard touchdown pass, that was good on both sides. Colin Jess also responsible for the 50-plus yard touchdown run. So if you're going to pick a reason why they're up 14-6, you know, Colin Jess has been very, very explosive on offense.
No doubt about it. I wanted to switch gears just a little bit, Christian, and talk about some history with these two teams. So since 2019, kind of an interesting duality between these two teams. Charlevoix has had consecutive playoff appearances every year since then. So that's been about 6 years running now. Unionville Sebewaing Their last playoff appearance was in 2019, but I read from an article that their coach is feeling really good about their players here. They've got some older guys. Obviously, we've seen a good mix of seniors out there on the field to kind of lead the way. And they've played strong football against Charlevoix at times. There's been some breaks, of course, in the coverage that we've seen, but they've been able to at least keep the score within a touchdown so far this entire first half.
And that's a good point. Is Unionville is 2 big plays away from still having a lead.
Exactly.
The 2 big plays are bombs. Those are explosives. And for Unionville, you should feel confident in knowing that your defense has kept you in this, because outside of those 2 lapses, you're still performing very well on defense. Outside of every other running play that Charlevoix ran, there's maybe only a handful that have gone for 4+ yards, and that's wearing on an offense, knowing that you're just running into a repeated wall. And it's props to Unionville for keeping this the way it is, and maybe their offense can pick it up. Now it's not like they haven't had chances on offense either.
Exactly.
We saw a couple of wide open plays that had just not worked the way that they had intended it to. But with all that in the log, you expand on that in the second half.
Yep. So we've got about 35 seconds until this halftime break comes to an end. As Christian and I wrap things up here, again, we want to thank our friends at Charlevoix Auto, Martin Concrete, and Bartlett's Home Interiors for bringing you this halftime show. And we have one final live read to take care of before we send it back down to the field, and that's from Villager Pub.
The Villager Pub has been a cornerstone in downtown Charlevoix for over 40 years with their wide-ranging menu and an electric atmosphere from a bygone era. It is a perfect place to bring your family, a date, or anyone to relax, unwind, and enjoy a tasty meal cooked and served by their experienced and friendly staff. Visit the Villager Pub today at 427 Bridge Street, or visit them online at thevillagerpub.com.
That's right. I'm going to step away for one quick moment before we get going on things. Excuse me, sir. And if I'm not back, well, Christian knows what to do.
All right, well, it's news time. As we're getting ready for the second half here of Raiders at Patriots here in Clare, neutral site field, Clare. Maybe just not from around the way as Charlevoix and Sebewaing. Sebewaing had about an hour drive. Charlevoix has about a 2-hour drive to here. Emma, I think I had about an hour drive. From Mount Pleasant, I think it's about what, a 25-minute drive. So from Central Michigan, as Shane mentioned earlier, we have a few Central Michigan students here helping us out with the broadcast. We want to thank them. And as we get ready for this second half, like we mentioned, everywhere, it's young players, both on and off the field. Colin Just, I think the star sophomore right now for Charlevoix. We have a few stars of our own getting ready.
That's right, Christian. Our stars today, Emma Brown leading the 1s and 2s on the production, Derek Steele taking care of our sideline camera duties, and Isaac Dunson, the main shot camera right below us in the stands. And of course, we wouldn't have a star-powered team without Christian Swinsicki helping us out on the call tonight. Thank you, Christian. Christian, you're going to be taking care of a few different teams this year, primarily on the eastern side, Gaylord St. Mary, and whenever Charlevoix or Elk Rapids, anybody goes over to the east side, I know you'll be taking care of those games for us.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting season coming up. We have a loaded schedule here. We've got a few changes in the next level broadcasting repertoire of teams that we're covering here, and always excited to see fresh and new faces. We are sad to see a few of familiar faces go, but hey, I understand business is business.
Yeah, that's right.
And at some point the bills got to be paid, but hey, we are glad that you are at home, joining us on a beautiful Thursday in Clare.
And I can promise you, the Charlevoix's not going anywhere. With the sponsor load that we have, Charlevoix is well in hand to be broadcasting for a while to come.
Yeah, we are super appreciative of everything, all of the sponsors from
nearly 24 different sponsors that we have, and we'll go through that entire list at the end of the game.
As we get ready for second half kickoff, the Rayders getting ready to receive. We're going to see if the Patriots of the Unionville, Sebewaing area getting ready to kick it off. Ryan Wiederholt getting ready to boot this one, probably 20 yards.
Kalen Titus back to receive this one for the Raiders. And the kick is underway. It'll be a squibber.
Oh.
And it keeps going, rolls down to the 10.
Yeah. Smart play there from Kalen Titus at that point when you're you got to take the loss on field position, but you got to make sure you keep the possession. And there's a couple of staff members up here cheering for the Patriots, yelling for them to get on it, and they're absolutely in the right. If the Patriots get on that ball, it's their possession.
Yeah.
The rule is the ball has to go 10 yards, and then it's free to go. Whoever gets it at that point. So
Charlevoix stuffed back, way back, down at their 8-yard line to begin this frame of 12 minutes here in the third quarter. Colin Jess and company. Trips to the top and bottom here.
Charlevoix loves this pistol formation as we have a handoff right up the middle.
Ian Moran getting a good chunk, about 5 yards or so there. Yeah, he'll be brought down, saving a big run there. That was Grady Bolesman from the Patriots.
Shane, it's always pleasant to see a play clock whenever we go somewhere. Yeah. But what's always interesting is, up north, right, Charlevoix and these other Elk Rapids and St. Francis don't really have play clocks as we have a handoff to the right. Good enough for a first down. That's Ian Moran again on the carry. But when you see these teams that don't have play clocks, Shane, you always see the change, and it kind of seems like it's a stun grenade for teams on offense, right? Because it's like, now you visually see the clock in front of you.
Yeah.
A few years ago we did a game in Grand Rapids, and just the difference in having that is it makes it when you see it visually, it's different on the field.
The other side of this play, we have a special shout out to give, and that's going nowhere for the Raiders. The Patriots blowing that one wide open, getting a good loss of yards there against the Raiders. And our shout out here will be Gretchen, Chris, and Kylie Rice. They're all watching from, I hope I say this right, Boblo Island. Go Raiders. They're at their spot. Every fall they tune in from the island there in the Straits. Watching our games, we're happy to have them. Of course, Gretchen Rice, just recently retired educator in Charlevoix. Did a great job for the school system for many years.
Totally deserved.
Yes, indeed. And
pass from Jess.
Gonna rear up, unload this one. The catch.
Incomplete.
Not able to get that one in.
Intended receiver Grayson Warchall, and that was a tough pass. Close coverage there. That man coverage, and Jess is throwing these seam routes as though his life depends on it. I think Jess took another hit too when he let that ball go. Props to Colin Jess for standing in the pocket.
This will be 3rd and 12 for the Raiders. Just over 10 minutes to go in the third. Charlevoix for one of the few times tonight facing a 3rd and long from deep within their own territory. Just rearing away here, looking for a man. Finds it. Catch is made. That'll be short of the first down, but gets the 4th down possibility a little bit more realistic as Talon Jacobs hauls that one in.
Yeah, and that was Grady Bullsman again on the tackle there for the Patriots. It was good timing there as Colin just threw it.
So it'll be 4th and 2 here. Decision time for the Raiders. Do you trust your defense, which has been playing phenomenal all night, or do you play it safe and probably buy yourself an extra 40 to 50 yards on the kickoff, and that's what they're doing. That one kind of hit weird off the toe.
Yeah, I
goes
think
sideways, stops
the way that
35.
The way that went, I think the way that ball came off of his foot, Shane, just looking at the trajectory, I think it came off the side.
Well, only gained a few yards for Unionville Sebewaing there, beyond where the Raiders initially had it after it rolled backwards some 10 yards.
You know, hindsight being 20/20.
Yeah.
That's one that you'd want back, and you just would have maybe went for it.
Yeah.
But
so the
that's why we play the game.
Yeah, the defense will have to stand strong anyway. As the Patriots start right here at the 35 of Charlevoix.
Oh, big run up the middle.
Multiple Raiders there finally on the tackle. The run from Brady Green once again for Sebewaing. And Kalen Titus credited for the tackle there.
And Shane, I'm going to take the ball here for a second, if you don't mind. I want to give a shout out to the girlfriend for letting me come back up and doing this work with Charles again for another year. Thank you, Larissa. Back here on Thursdays and Fridays. Handoff up the left side. It's Green again. This time he's not going to get anywhere. Ryan Glass this time on the tackle. The Glass brothers making appearances all over the defense. Going to be flag on the play. It's going to go against the defense encroachment here. 2nd and 9. Going to be 2nd and 4 now. Bit of a break here for Unionville.
Second and 4 now for the Patriots. Time under 8 minutes to go in the third.
Very calm night. It just seems like the tension's kind of rising here in this third. Pitch to the left. That's going to be number 4. Has a seam up the left side. That's going to be Owen Caulfield.
Ian Moran there on the tackle. But it will be enough for our 1st and goal from about the 9.5.
This is the most movement we've seen from the Patriots since their first drive.
Yeah.
Then again, they didn't have to go far. I mean, they only started on their 40.
Yep.
Or the Raiders
4.
Yeah. Raiders 35 was their starting field position. I mean, you only got
25 yards down the field. But hey, if you're the Patriots, you'll take what you can get. Especially being down a score.
Handoff up the middle. That's going to get them maybe just a yard or two. Going to make it 2nd and about 8.
So 2 different Raiders, Andrew Grogan and Ryan Glass on the tackle there. To keep that from going more than about a yard, if that. They just updated it. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 7. So about a yard and a half gained on that play.
Handoff up the left side, up the middle again. That's going to be a touchdown, Green.
Gotta give the Patriots credit. USA out there fighting on the field. They faced punch after punch after punch from the Raiders' defense and offense. Yeah, and they were able to get a good stop deep within Raider territory here to begin this second half, where the benefiters of a kind of botched kick, and then we're able to advance the 35 yards down the field without too much difficulty to knock it in, and get within 2 points of the lead.
To make it a little bit more dramatic, Shane, I know in the halftime show you said that Unionville has been absent from the playoffs since 2019, as they do not get the extra point. 0 for 2 on these point afters, but since 2019 they've struggled to get into the playoffs, and now they're most confident. Hey, this is a big season for both these teams, and they're one side's super young, one side's super aggressive and thinking they're going to make it.
I mean, the Patriots here wanted to, actually, we're going to get to this thought on the other side. We want to play a word from our friends at Ace Hardware.
Ace is the only hardware retailer that carries Benjamin Moore paint at over 3,800 stores. With Benjamin Moore's premium quality, huge selection of colors, plus Ace's award-winning service, you can be confident you're getting the best. Then buy in store or online for curbside pickup or free delivery. When you want the best, Benjamin Moore paint from Ace. Around the block, what you need in stock, with people who know their paint.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Yep. So to continue our point that we were talking about, I was reminded our good friends at Ace Hardware have a specific spot that they'd like their ad, so we want to make sure we respect that and get it in. But, yeah, this is a big test here for both teams. The Patriots wanting to make a statement early on in this season by going against a perennial playoff powerhouse. Yeah, and Charlevoix wanting to start off the season with a win against a strong suitor like the Patriots here, and Ian Moran not doing a bad job, getting about 23 yards off the kickoff return.
No, that was a strong return by Moran, but yeah, we were kind of foreshadowing or alluding to before the break, Shane. So Unionville, the drama in this game, right, is the Unionville coming into the season with higher than average expectations probably these last few seasons. So for them to kind of come out here and prove their point against a team that hasn't missed the playoffs. But for Charlevoix, like we mentioned at the top of the show, they're very young. Can they continue that playoff run?
Well, so far, I don't see many inclinations as to why they couldn't, but Ian Moran gets caught up in some serious traffic. And we have a bit of a fender bender there as he isn't able to get past the line of scrimmage.
Nope.
Speaking of fender benders, if you
Bingham
have
Insurance
any needs,
there.
well, Bingham Insurance and also our good friends, new sponsors this year at South Point Collision. You or your student gets in a fender bender this football season. Make sure you stop on down just about 5 minutes outside of Charlevoix right on US 31 and see them today. And hey, you mentioned Next Level Broadcasting, you'll get a $100 discount.
Really?
Yeah.
How about that? What?
Yeah, how about that?
Counter play.
Good run here by Sterrett. And
First down.
Yeah, looks like he has enough to cross that line, move the chains, the Raiders back into Patriot territory.
Oh, we're getting good action here from Charlevoix's offense. Kind of spreading the ball around between Moran. Jess kept the ball a handful of times. Sterrett's kept the ball. We've seen Titus with a handoff.
A couple of good receptions.
Ball is finding its ways into the dynamic hands of these young Raiders.
Let me tell you, this Raider team, just as we've seen in previous years, multiple weapons. As we'll have another handoff with the big man, Ian Moran. Very muscular, stout fellow as he powers his way forward for about 3.
And he's going to have to use all of those muscles to power forward because I don't know if you saw that, Shane. He was hit behind the line of scrimmage by 2 Patriots, and then he was able to kind of shake them off before getting a couple of yards. Very good effort from the senior. We are losing a GPS signal.
So 2nd and 8 with about 4:35 to go. Charlevoix has not lost their way with GPS going down the field. They're on a straight course to the end zone at the moment, provided they can keep pushing up through the line, which they do. Juking and jiving around. still moving. My gosh, inside the 30-yard line as Colin Jess hangs on to that one.
Colin Jess, good couple of jukes. He's got swagger coming back from that big play.
He's got swagger like Jagger.
Big play, about 20 yards there, 15. This Raider offense is still chugging, showing that they're not backing down from this Patriots defense. This is a good back and forth bout.
Yeah, it is. Charlevoix not to be outdone by the Patriots. Well thought out march. Doing the very same thing here. Jess with the handoff.
Flip to the left, that's Sterrett.
He'll have a solid about 6.5 yards gained on that one.
Fake the handoff to Moran up the middle, and Sterrett coming out from the end around. Trying to use that speed of Sterrett to get to the outside. As play clock runs down to 15, still plenty of time.
Still over 3 minutes to go in this third quarter.
Shane, we're getting very close to the lights coming on.
They're starting
Pitch to the outside, Moran.
Someone who doesn't need warming up is Ian Moran. He has a pile on top of him. There is some flag action down there on the field. Let's see what that's about.
Do we await the call?
First penalty of the second half.
Face mask on the defense. That's going to be good enough for a
first down. A bit, yeah.
And depending on where it was, I'm not sure if it's going to be a 15 or if it's going to be half the distance. But it will be
15.
It will be a first down, I can guarantee.
Yeah. They'll march that one off 15 yards, and it brings the Raiders right up to the 10, so it'll be first and goal. A rare penalty called on the Patriots hurts them in a big way here in this game.
As they get ready to get this clock back moving.
Again, ball placed just inside the 10. Under 3 minutes to go in the third. Raiders knocking on the door of scoring yet another touchdown.
They're going to bring the pressure here.
Colin Jess going to keep that one. Cannot
they brought
get
that
away
pressure.
From the sack. Let me tell you, Bryson Finkbeiner does a phenomenal job dropping Jess up in the backfield.
Yeah, we saw from up here in the booth, those linebackers started creeping up a little bit closer towards the snap count, and I'm not sure if they were going to bail out, but.
So that loses Charlevoix about just short of 5 yards there.
Quarterback keeper not getting anything for Jess, and that's a rare one for Jess so far this afternoon. Pitch to the right. That's going to be to Moran. He's looking to throw. He's got a wide open man. Oh. Touchdown. Carter Greenacre on the reception from Ian Moran. Shane, earlier you said that he can play quarterback, and there it is.
Yeah, he did it last year. He and Colin Jess split reps last year after Brady Jess had his season ended due to injury against Boyne City. But let me tell you, the Raiders drew up that play perfectly. There was a man wide open, Carter Greenacre. And the third extra point attempt is up and good at the top of the uprights. So that puts up Charlevoix 21-12. And we're going to step away for a couple of quick commercials. We'll be back on the other side.
Hannah again with Charlevoix Auto. Don't let summer pass you by. Get into a new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram today and make this the summer event. Lease a sleek new Compass for an amazing $339 a month. Elevate your journey in a stylish Grand Cherokee for $429 a month. Or unleash the power of a 4x4 Ram pickup for $459 a month. Don't miss out on getting into your perfect ride for less at Charlevoix Auto on US 31 South near the Charlevoix Airport. Your trusted local dealership.
Your next stop for flavor, freshness, and fun is Gray Gables Restaurant. Since 1936, we've been serving up delicious gourmet dishes and drinks in a warm and inviting atmosphere. Everything is made using fresh ingredients, including locally sourced.
And we are back with Next Level Broadcasting's presentation of the Charlevoix Raiders versus the USA Patriots. Booted deep. That's going to go out of bounds, and that's going to put the ball at the 40-yard line very close. The rule is the kickoff has to stay in bounds, and with that not going, or with that sticking in the lines, it's going to put the Patriots in decent field position. The Raiders feeling confident that they can boot it deep, and unfortunately it didn't pay off here. Puts the ball at the 35. As we get ready to continue with the Patriots' offensive prowess here, as we have 1:51 to go in the third. Going to be a handoff to the left. That's going to be to Green. Green's going to get maybe a gain of 4. Just out to the 39-yard line. Davis Peters on the handoff. Mark it 2nd and 5. Line up here. Full set. Flag on the play. Going to be a false start. Going to push the offense back 5 yards. Wipe away that first down run.
I was about to ask you what happened while I was away, Christian, but that answered it for me.
First and 10 with the 2nd and 5. 2nd and 5 with the 2nd and 10.
A little bit of a camera issue. I think we have that all taken care of. So, here's crossed. Just under a minute to go in the third.
Goes to the left.
And up middle, but number 22, Brady Green. Run down by number 7, Kalen Titus. Gain of about 6 in a play, 3rd and 4, USA.
Clock's ticking down. They're going to have to get off here before the end of the quarter here as time ticks down.
Green powered his way through the line on 5.5 yards.
Green back up the left. This time he will have a first down. And that clock's going to move, and that's going to take us probably to the end of the quarter. We'll see how fast his offensive moves.
Yep, they just started the clock on the scoreboard. I was like, it's not going, but it is. And so that will indeed take us into the 4th quarter break. So we will step aside once again.
And that'll bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter.
And come back after
USA 12.
more of our
Hi there, Hannah again with Charlevoix Auto. Don't let summer pass you by. Get into a new Chrysler Dodge Jeep or Ram today and make this the summer event. Lease a sleek new Compass for an amazing $339 a month. Elevate your journey in a stylish Grand Cherokee for $429 a month.
Since 1936, we've been serving up delicious gourmet dishes and drinks in a warm and inviting atmosphere. Everything is made using fresh ingredients, including locally sourced meat and fish. Our bar features several local Michigan beers on tap and an excellent bourbon selection. Did you know we also cater? Let Gray Gables enhance your next event with our catering services.
Come dine with us at the Gray Gables Restaurant in Charlevoix the Beautiful.
Quarter will be first and 10 for USA.
Welcome into the fourth quarter of this Charlevoix Raider versus Unionville Sebewaing Patriot game, the inaugural game of these two teams' season. Shane Smith, Christian Swinsicki, and Darren Steele, Isaac Dudson.
Go blue, move that ball!
From a neutral site in Clare, as we've got some beautiful clouds off in the background. Nice sunset and late summer evening indeed.
Green's sweep to the right.
Run by Green. He's got the first
Half number 22, Brady Green, are on the right side.
On his back.
Forced out by number 78, Andrew Glass. That'll be a first down, USA.
Even the PA announcer was first down, but
check that. That'll be a second down and 2, USA.
Short. Grogan. Push out there.
Start the clock.
Being 12 to 21, this feels very close.
And again, it has been. You mentioned this earlier during our halftime show.
And off number 11, Ryan Weeder holds up the middle stop by number 55, Ryan Glass. Brings up a third and 2,
the Patriots
USA.
Up until this past quarter, Charlevoix had a very methodical march down the field. That was all they had. But apart from that, it was just a couple of big plays that blew this door open. Allowed the Raiders to take that 9-point lead.
Back up the middle. Green, the hot hand, gets it.
And up number 22, Brady Green up the middle, brought down by number 75, Sawyer.
It's going to be very close. It's going to be.
That'll be enough for USA. First down.
They're going to give it to him. Good enough for the first down. Fresh set of downs for the Patriots.
Go line, make a hole. Every play. Go USA!
It'll be a pass. Davis drops back, looking, rolling to his right, pushed out of bounds, and a flag is going to come out. Andrew Glass chased out Davis Peters towards the right. Still unsure what the flag is. It's going to be on the defense. Going to be a face mask and 15 yards against the Raiders, and that's a massive play right now.
Christian, I'm seeing some deja vu here. This was quite similar to what we had on the recent Charlevoix offensive run that they had. Sebewaing had the face mask penalty, moved the Raiders deep into Patriot territory, and now it's the exact opposite happening. And that'll move Patriots down to the Raider 28-yard line. 10:38 to go left in this game. Again, Charlevoix still maintains that 9-point lead.
Hand off up the middle. This one to Green again, just power running, dragging Raiders across the first down. He's got another fresh set of downs for the Patriots. And USA is moving this ball. First and 10 from the 16-yard line, and the Patriots moving this ball on a solid drive. Hands off to the right. That's going to be to number 11 this time, Wiederhold. And Landon Whistler on the tackle, coming up from his linebacker position. Second and 8. Unionville looking to try and punch this into the end zone and close the gap. They're down 9, 2 possessions for them. Andrew Glass, no, that's going to be Sawyer Blashik.
Clock running here as I remember I have to unmute myself. 9:10 to go in the game. Christian Swinsicki doing a fine job in my stead here all game long.
3rd and 6, hand off to the left. That's going to be to Brady Green coming up from his fullback position, and he is not going to get enough for a first down. He's going to bring up 4th and about 4.
Ian Moran all over that one once again. So this is a big moment here for Unionville Sebewaing. Almost must-have score on this drive to bring them back within 1 possession. As we tick down under 8.5 minutes to go in the game, Charlevoix is very good at draining out the clock. And then the Patriots may only get it back one more time this game. We have a pile in the center. Brady Green taking it. Sawyer Blazek there on the tackle.
And they're going to give it a first down. Wow, you heard
a unanimous exclamation of relief here from the Patriots side.
They're still down 2 possessions, so they need to get points here no matter what. And then they need to, if they want to have a shot at this, Shane, they need to stop the Raiders. But the Raiders on defense have been good here in the end zone.
They have been.
They've turned away the Patriots a couple of times, but they've also let them go a couple of times.
Been a 50-50 split so far once the Patriots get inside the 20. And they have it right at the Raider 10-yard line. There's a remeasurement, though. And this time it's going to be short by the looks of it.
What's going on?
It is. The call was reversed. Charlevoix.
Dios mío.
Comes away with the turnover right at their own 10-yard line.
I've never seen anything like that at the high school level. Have you, Shane, when they actually come out for a second measurement?
I have not. No, a second one indeed. That was something. Wow. The Patriots, understandably, not happy about
Usually they stick with the first call.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But it was a noticeable difference. It was about a half a football short of the line of gain. So good to get that remeasurement.
I'm wondering if maybe we can get these lights turned on a little higher.
Yeah, it's a little dark out here. But no matter.
Raiders in a spread offense right now. Hand off to the left, though. Oh, there's a shotgun to the left. Big run.
Still going up the sideline. Finally pulled out at about the 35.
Moran.
Yes, indeed.
Sorry, Shane. That was exciting to see Ian Moran kind of get out of the outside and get down there.
So finally, Owen Caulfield was able to bring him out. Otherwise, it would have been the Ian Moran show all the way to the end zone.
No.
Pulled him out. I guess he touched his toes out of bounds, and we've got a flag coming up now at the 28-yard line.
What's this flag?
Wonder if this is conduct related after the play. We'll see. Unsportsmanlike conduct, yes, indeed, against Charlevoix.
Sideline warning.
Yep. Huh. So Charlevoix, again, and that's, you know, as a Raider, I feel like I can say this because I've seen it time and time again. A little bit of a lack of discipline on the Raider sideline, and we've seen that plague them in a couple of playoff runs in years past, particularly one I can remember against Traverse City St. Francis. So that'll be something that they want to clean up with this young squad as time goes on, especially as they play more and more meaningful games.
Oh.
Somehow, the Raiders got through on that one, maybe gained a yard after all that. As, no, that's.
I think they're going to lose a yard.
Carter Greenacre, yeah, I guess he did lose a yard, but my gosh, he could have lost a lot more. The entire play, he had at least 2 Patriots on him the whole time.
The way the original play looked, it looked as though they had gotten him initially in the backfield, and then they also wrapped up the fake and then the man on the handoff. The Patriots saving they're taking no prisoners there. They were tackling everyone, making sure that someone was going to go down. But, yeah, when they found the eventual ball handler in Greenacre, he was unfortunate.
So Charlevoix faced with a 2nd and 12. There'll be Garrison Sterrett working this one up the side. He's got just 2 more to get past. He'll be brought out of bounds at the Patriot 42.
Garrett Sterrett on a big end around there from shotgun. They're hammering this left side, and you know, Shane, this is another reason why I might. It's leaning towards the reason why I might pick this person as the start of the game right now. Is they're running that left side? Do you know who's on that left side? Andrew Glass.
Oh, okay.
Big 78 on the left side. They're following him, and they're running right behind him.
Well, that's a foreshadow to our Culver's Concrete Mixer Player of the Game award, and we'll be awarding that in the final minute of this game. So stay tuned. Still have just over 7 minutes to go. But yes, indeed, Andrew Glass was able to open up that hole for Garrison Sterrett to run through, and all that was there between him and the end zone was Davis Peters for the Patriots.
This last play there, no gain, stopped at the line of scrimmage. Ian Morin never had a chance.
Maddox Nitz, haven't heard his name too much tonight, but he did get the tackle there right at the line of scrimmage.
Asking you shall receive. These lights are turning on a little brighter.
They're getting there. They're a interesting LED combo, a lot different than what we're used to seeing. Claire going for a little bit more of a environment-friendly approach. But Ian Moran is not defense-friendly, that's for sure. He's still able to plow forward for a few yards.
Moran avoiding the tackle in the backfield, and then he juked another set of 2 Patriots. How much more can you ask for on the 1 yard gain?
3rd and a short 9 coming up with just over 6 minutes to go. Gosh, we need this play to stop at some point. We still have a few more bills to pay. But the Raiders, again, methodically taking care of business, chewing the time off the clock just as we thought they would do. Still holds that 2-possession or 9-point lead up over the Patriots. Ask and you shall receive. There, I can breathe a little bit so we can get a couple more commercials played. We'll be back after this. Phew, I was getting nervous.
Bartlett's Home Interiors is your hometown home furnishing store, serving Northern Michigan since 1950. Your perfect fit is waiting for you here. Among our large selection of furniture, flooring, Serta mattresses, and Hunter Douglas window treatments, our experienced staff can help with the details that are important to you to transform your space. Come explore our 35,000 square foot showroom today or visit us at bartlettshomeinteriors.com. Bartlett's Home Interiors, where you're always at home. M66 North, Charlevoix.
Hi, it's Klein from TVC Airport. We're proud to help keep you connected to high school sports in Northern Michigan, so you can stay in the game all season long with TVC, your Northern Michigan connection.
Okay. All right, coming back into this one, ladies and gentlemen. 3rd and 9 for the Raiders, 5:41 to go in the game. Trying to chew off that clock.
Just rolling to his left. Got to throw.
Oh,
gets leveled.
Leveled is the word for it. He had 2 Patriots on him. Number 11, Ryan Wiederhold, and Maddox Nitz as well there. Both taking him out.
Good sportsmanship from Maddox Nitz, by the way, on helping up Colin Jess after Colin Jess just got pancaked.
So our good buddy and eye in the sky tonight, Austin Mong, texting in. He was right. I got what I asked for with that commercial break. Now he's asking me to ask for $1 million for him to fall out of the sky. So hopefully he can get that. He's deserving of it. Let me tell you, just about as good a guy as you'll ever find.
Big punt here.
And that one
fielded
right at about the 24. Owen Caulfield there. Yeah, stay.
5:22 left here in this fourth, Shane, as the lights are starting to get a little brighter. But, you know, it's late August here. We're not really in the darkness and an early start.
Yeah, it was an early start, 6:30. Actually, they started at 6:25. They gypped us up a few minutes in our setup time.
Oh, man, we'll get it back from them.
Yeah, right. Add that to the bill. So 1st and 10 for the Patriots here on a must-have scoring drive from their own 25. The Raiders, well, they provided a wall. Ryan Glass there, one of the main tacklers. Those Glass boys, a couple of big, strong gentlemen on that line. Really anchoring that down with Sawyer Blazik and Andrew Grogan.
Those Glass brothers up there, man, oh, geez, trying to get past them. They've been leading this defense, and the Patriots have just had nowhere to go, it seems like, on some drives. And then on other drives, you know, they manage to chip away. They get help with a big play here and there. But, you know, with less than 5 to go, they need to, if they want to make this close, they need to score here. But Charlevoix was able to run enough of the clock off and make it a lot tougher.
On the hurry-up offense here, on a big 3rd and short 3, they were not able to get the first down. It'll be 4th and inches. Yeah, it'll be about 12 inches to be exact. The bird flies right in front of our camera. You never know what'll happen.
You know, Shane, I'm afraid of bats, and I keep looking up, and I think it's a bat.
So 4th and a Subway foot long here.
Up the middle, they got it.
Yeah, they got it.
Owen Caulfield off the middle.
Oh, there's another flag.
Flag comes down. This is after the play, though. This was a late one.
Refs didn't have to do too much breaking up.
Oh, the
so
way that Caulfield is throwing his hands up, that's making it seem like it's going to push it back. On the defense, actually. Oh, my goodness.
Wow. 2 of them this game against the Raiders.
The Raiders needed a break on the other way in the flag scenario, but it's just not working that way.
Gives the Patriots a big break as we keep working our way past the 50, the 45, and finally rest at the Raider 44-yard line. That was a godsend for the Patriots right now.
Oh, and that's a tough break for the Raiders. Handoff. Drops back. Over. Oh! Intercepted! Big block.
Coming back the other way. Charlevoix says, not today.
That is
Colin
Jess.
Wow. All right, Christian. You know what? We were him-hawing back on this. I think that kind of, can we call it right now?
That's very, yeah. You know, to peel the curtain back for the audience at home, we were looking at 2 names on player of the game, and it was Andrew Glass and Colin Jess.
Both of them playing phenomenally all game long. Glass being an absolute stalwart on that line, opening up holes, getting sacks. But now we've got Colin Jess, who's been excellent in the quarterback position all night long, and now on the defensive side gets the potentially game-ending interception, Christian.
Overthrown from Davis Peters, and he's had a little bit of trouble finding the accuracy in the passing game this evening. Colin Jess, however, able to take his inaccuracies and make him his benefit, as we have a flag down here.
Yet again.
I think it's going to be a holding.
At least it can't be unsportsmanlike conduct this time around.
But going back to Colin Jess, magnificent day for him. He's contributed to 3 touchdown passes, and now the interception. You know, we hemmed and hawed, like you said. Is Andrew Glass going to make a big play here to end the game? And no, it actually was Colin Jesse to make the big play to end the game. Well, not end the game yet, but big play to turn the ball, to turn the tides and kill some more clock here for the Raiders. But you need to quit backing up here. Good googly mooglies.
The Raiders are enjoying the yellow flag tonight.
And they're taking that laundry home with them.
Yep. My gosh.
It just seems like whenever they kept moving the ball back, they just kept moving it back.
That's, according to my unofficial estimation, the 4th 15-yard penalty that we've seen against the Raiders tonight.
Oh.
At the very least, 3rd. So 45 to 60 yards just from those 3 to 4 flags alone, not counting the false starts that we had earlier in the game and whatnot. So Charlevoix, as good as they're playing, they have some details to clean up as the season goes on.
Much like us.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We've had our moments. We're all human after all.
Yep. A lot separates us from, you know, being better. Some would say 3 inches.
Yeah.
3:27 left in this game. Jess.
2nd and 15.
On the
here
handoff,
for the
fakes the throw up the middle to Moran. He was going to be spun down, and another flag is coming
wonder
down.
If this one might be a horse collar. We'll have to see. There was a big grab right around his neck to haul Moran down. I'm curious to see if that's what the call will be. But no matter what, if you need somebody to chew up some yards, especially on a 2nd and 15, have Moran go out there and do it. He gained 12 of those back. We'll see what the flag call is.
Horse collar.
It is.
Oh, man. Patriots getting backed up here. Well, hey, the Raiders got a call their way for once this evening.
Certainly what it feels like.
And, you know, want to give a big shout out to our production crew for wearing T-shirts.
Yeah. Old man Swinsicki over here with a jacket on.
Shane, I'm wearing 4 layers, by the way.
My gosh. The snow hasn't started flying yet, my friend.
I'm a homebody these days.
You do spend a lot of time down there in the studio. What's the television station you work at these days?
Oh. I think
or are you not allowed to say?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say in this area.
Gotcha. Oh, yeah, competing markets.
Yes, gotcha. I think we are in Isabella County.
We are, yeah. Or to Clare County? I can't remember.
Nope, this is Clare
County, I think? Question mark? Anyway. Raiders with the big gain break there. The attempt by Grayson Warchall to get a few yards.
It wouldn't
met
take
stiffly there at the line of scrimmage.
It wouldn't take a lot of investigating.
Yeah. In fact, he'll lose about a half yard. So 2nd and a long 10 coming up.
They put an 11 on that digital down marker over there. Timeout taken by the Patriots.
Hey, that's what we need. We'll be back.
Hi, it's Kevin Klein.
Bartlett's Home Interiors is your hometown home furnishing store, serving northern Michigan since 1950. Your perfect fit is waiting for you here. Among our large selection of furniture, flooring, Serta mattresses, and Hunter Douglas window treatments, our experienced staff can help with the details that are important to you to transform your space. Come explore our 35,000 square foot showroom today or visit us at bartlettshomeinteriors.com. Bartlett's Home Interiors, where you're always at home. M66 North, Charlevoix.
Located in Charlevoix, Michigan, is Martin Concrete, where they specialize in residential concrete construction, providing high-quality concrete work and guaranteeing customer satisfaction. They're proud to serve Charlevoix and the surrounding areas. No job is too big or too small for Martin Concrete, with services ranging from concrete slabs, footings, driveways, retaining walls, and much more. There's nothing that Martin Concrete can't do regarding concrete. That's Martin Concrete, online at martinconcretecharlevoix.com or give them a call at 231-838-9610.
Into this, it's not. There we go. And coming back in here just in the nick of time, got those 2 commercials in, thanks to Emma Brown. Doing a good job there on the 1s and 2s. her first game with Next Level Broadcasting, as is the rest of this production crew, apart from Derek Steele. He helped us on a...
it's our first game too, Shane.
Well, ever. No, we've been around this block a time or two, but for these guys, this is all their first time, except Derek Steele helped us on a basketball showcase. So everyone give a shout-out to these guys. I mean, hey, this is the first game of the season for you and I. This is the first game ever for them. There's going to be a couple kinks to work out, but overall, I think this has gone pretty well.
I want to shout out to my girlfriend now, Shane, as she is now texting me, calling me Old Man Swinsicki, thanks to you.
You're welcome. We don't know the name of this girlfriend yet, but you're welcome, whoever you are on the other side of Christian's phone. And, we have another moment for a commercial break, so we're going to do that. All right. And coming back in, we're having the late night giggles here as we're under 2.5 minutes to go in the game.
Deep throw to Talon Jacobs there.
I'm going to have to get my night vision goggles on here before long.
I know. We have these LEDs, and we have them half on.
Well, I was meaning here in the press box. Field looks
that
great.
LED.
Yeah.
That I'm not sure.
Oh.
The time there to pass, Shane, that's kind of questionable.
Yeah. We're going to take our, I think, pay our last bill here, so we're going to step aside.
Your next stop for flavor, freshness, and fun is Gray Gables Restaurant. Since 1936, we've been serving up delicious gourmet dishes and drinks in a warm and inviting atmosphere. Everything is made using fresh ingredients, including locally sourced meat and fish. Our bar features several local Michigan beers on tap and an excellent bourbon selection. Did you know we also cater? Let Gray Gables enhance your next event with our catering services.
Come dine with us at the Gray Gables Restaurant in Charlevoix the Beautiful.
And here we are.
Jess on a jumping throw.
Oh, bounce around. Oh, that'll fall harmlessly into the end zone. Thank goodness. That would have possibly ended a perfect night for Brady Colin Jess. Brady's his older brother, who, speaking of him, is wrestling for Michigan State this coming season. Yeah.
Congratulations to him. Mm-hmm. Tough sport, wrestling.
So this final 2.5 minutes has taken about 12. We've ticked about 13 seconds off the clock here, and the recent feels like half hour.
About with 2:30 to go, that was at 8:30 this afternoon.
We're here all night, ladies. Well, not that we want to be, but we are until this game's over anyway. That's our all night. So enjoy the next however many minutes we have left on air.
Sebewaing back to throw. Davis Peters chucks it deep, gonna fall harmlessly to the ground.
The 40-yard line was open.
Oh, overshot his man. Intended receiver Maddox Nitz.
Another stoppage on the clock, so 5 seconds rolled off there. 2:03 to go. Christian, we started a half hour early, but those 7 o'clock games might be done before us.
Yeah, these running teams all of a sudden started passing.
You get that on those big jobs.
On a false start.
Oh, boy. We're going to add to the fun here with another flag. How about that?
I'm sure they'll.
Is anybody calling us out for our antics on the YouTube chat?
The people here were probably wondering, man, yeah, what are we? This is a rough last 3 minutes of this game. I think we've had 2 turnovers on downs. Davis backs the throw, sacked. Oh, Shane.
Oh, Christian.
You know who that was?
It must be Andrew Glass.
This game isn't over.
Oh my gosh! Well, we didn't make the official announcement for the Culver's concrete mixer player of the game yet.
Andrew Glass with his 3rd sack of the evening. That's the hat trick. 3 sacks for Glass, a handful of pancakes, and his
a little maple syrup in there too.
Oh man, you fill up his glass with milk and you got a great breakfast.
Wait a minute, you have milk with your breakfast? It's orange juice.
Yeah, that was kind of criminal what I said.
Yeah, it was kind of criminal.
Minute 15 left in this game here.
Hey, the game pace has quickened a little bit. Not quite as criminal there anymore. So Kalen Titus there got a tackle.
Andrew Glass making his last minute, remarks here for player of the game. Is it going to be enough? We will find out.
Again, that'll be coming up in the Gray Gables and South Point Collision postgame show. That'll be immediately preceding this. We'll have about a 30 to 60-second commercial break and come back in for our thoughts to wrap this thing up and award the Culver's Concrete Mixer Player of the Game award.
Oh, Glass in there. Again, force him out of the pocket, but Davis scampers downfield, gets out of bounds. That'll stop the clock here.
That's just what we wanted. Stop the clock once more.
In the grand scheme of effort in football, that's the smart play.
You know, Christian, I think I'm paying for it. I wanted the clock to stop earlier so we could get all our ads in. We got all our ads in about 3 hours ago, and the clock keeps stopping.
The way it goes, Shane.
That's the way it goes. The way the cookie crumbles, the way the ball drops, the way I don't know what. But that's where we're at. 1st and 10 with 31 seconds to go in the game, which may turn into 3.1 minutes. We'll see.
A half hour ago, we had 2:31.
1st and 10 from the Unionville Sebewaing 36 here as we try and wrap this one up. 21-12 the score.
There was one time I remember coming home from work late in the night, and this was back when they used to play basketball on the radio. And
they play basketball in the radio, huh?
On the radio.
There
what did I say? On the radio?
In the radio.
And
I was curious how they did that.
Now they had the Pistons before, when they had the Andre Drummond, Greg Monroe days. They had 2 minutes to go, and it's a half-hour drive for me to get from work to home. It was 2 minutes to go, and it took the entirety of the 2 minutes because they kept fouling for me to. The 2 minutes took 30 minutes to go through. I heard all of that as Sebewaing kind of throws in the towel here.
Yep, they're going to let the clock run out, and that will end the game. 21-12, final score. Charlevoix gets their first win of the season. Unionville Sebewaing plays a tough game, matched toe-to-toe with Charlevoix for most of this one, for their first ever meeting between these two programs. So hats off to them, and we wish them the best of luck. But we're going to step away and come back on the other side of a quick break for our Gray Gables and South Point Collision post-game show. Stay tuned.
With unique gifts, home accessories, wedding items, and so much more, the Lake House on Bridge Street offers so many things to make your home or even your visit to Charlevoix that much more special. When you want beautiful items that reflect Charlevoix the beautiful, stop in or visit them online at thelakehouseCharlevoix.com for your own keepsake and your own personal memory of Charlevoix.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into our Gray Gables and South Point Collision post-game show. Shane Smith, Christian Swinsicki, and all the rest of our broadcast crew from Clare as Charlevoix pulls out the win by 9 points, 21-12. And Christian, we've got our Culver's of Charlevoix Concrete Mixer Player of the Game award. Without further ado, who's our gentleman?
You know, it took a lot of mulling and a lot of hemming and hawing.
It did. We were
and
talking.
A last-minute sack from Andrew Glass is not going to be enough because Colin Jess is going to take home our Culver's player of the game.
He had phenomenal play all game long.
Colin
Three
Jess.
touchdown passes, big plays. He had some great runs of his own on those quarterback keepers, and, of course, that interception. That sealed that one off, Christian.
Yeah, I think the interception is going to be the one that really seals it off. And actually getting the touchdowns is a big thing. But I do want to give a massive shout-out to Andrew Glass for his the senior, for his stellar play this afternoon, this evening. I apologize. For 3 massive, hits behind the backfield. Those sacks on Davis Peters were timely and necessary because he had time in the pocket, but then he would just be a wrecking ball, along with his, play in the run game and the play on the offensive line. But ultimately, Colin Jess's athletic ability to show off the ankle-breaking ability and to just throw, hitting Garrett Starrett deep in the seam, and excellent play from Colin Jess on both sides of the field.
All right, well, that'll take care of it for us, ladies and gentlemen. We thank you all so much for tuning in for tonight's broadcast. And before we go, we want to thank each and every one of our sponsors. Charlevoix Barber, Martin Concrete, Charlevoix Auto, Jim Reel Ford, Professional Seamless Gutters, Traverse City, Cherry Capital Airport, Bingham Insurance, Villager Pub, Charlevoix State Bank, South Point Collision, Fresh Coast Sliders, Skydive Charlevoix, Wilmot Electric, Swanson K&D, Charlevoix Agency Insurance, Sky Media 45, The Lake House, Bartlett's Home Interiors, Ace Hardware of Charlevoix, Spencer Bryan Realty, Great Lakes Asphalt, Gray Gables Restaurant and Catering, and, of course, BC Pizza of Charlevoix.
Yes, we want to thank all of them for keeping the lights on and letting us get more people to help put a better production for you at home.
That's right. Letting us ham it up on air so you guys can laugh or throw the remote at the TV, whatever you might do when you hear us on. I don't know, but we're happy to be with you guys no matter what. And we all hope that you have a great rest of your week, and we're excited to see you right back here next Friday at 7 o'clock. I believe Charlevoix is taking a road trip.
Let's get ice off the ground.
Yeah. So with that, there you go. Oh, my. So for all of us once again, Emma Brown, Derek Steele, Isaac Dunson, Christian Swinsicki, and myself, Shane Smith. Couldn't go without one more gaff tonight, could we? Have a great night. We'll see you.
With unique gifts, home accessories, wedding items.
Today's game has been brought to you by Bingham Insurance Services, Charlevoix State Bank, Wilmot Electric, Charlevoix Auto, The Villager Pub, Swanson K&D, Traverse City, Cherry Capital Airport, Fresh Coast Sliders, Martin Concrete, Charlevoix Ace Hardware, Charlevoix Agency Insurance, Sky Media 45, The Lake House, South Point Collision, Bartlett's Home Interiors, Culver's of Charlevoix, Skydive Charlevoix, BC Pizza, Great Lakes Asphalt Services, Gray Gables Restaurant and Catering, Charlevoix Barbershop, Professional Seamless Gutters, Spencer Bryan with Pat O'Brien Real Estate, Ward Marina. We hope you are enjoying tonight's game.